And we're live. Holy shit, it worked immediately this time. Hey everybody, it's time for more Tangle Tower. That makes sense, small guy. I kicked her ass though in views, hell yeah. Or, you know, viewership from you specifically. That's how it goes. Anyway, it's Tangle Tower time. Whoop. Boko's at work, and I actually start my overnights tonight, so I'm going to work basically right after this. My plan for streaming is that since I work at 10, I stream from 7 to 9. E3 is dead. I heard about that also. Why am I in here? Was this where I was last time? Might have been. I wanted to go double check this family registry thingy because I don't think I've been to all of it yet. I don't think I
think it's a family tree.
Okay, so Fiona Fellow.
Pretty.
Okay, Freya is over here. Okay, so Fiona is the daughter of that guy and Remington. Whoever that is. So, okay.
Fiona Fellow. We met her. She's one of the suspects.
She's one of the suspects. How shall we comfort ourselves, the murderers of our murderers? Let's start checking out the right side of this bad boy, shall we? Music room.
Oh, whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
Well, it is the music room. He's got to practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
What the fuck is that thing? I didn't even see that. There's a crack on this, too. Interesting. I didn't even see him right away. Nothing else in here stands out to me as a clue besides that. Oh, I mean, there's music all over the ground.
That's a lot of notes. Looks pretty difficult.
Probably why they're on the floor.
Hello. Oh, God. Okay, hi.
Are you a ghost?
Sally! That's rude! Unless she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment, but I am alive.
That makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
What's your name?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer. And a pianist.
We'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
You know what? She's being
Hey,
cool about it, which I appreciate.
Pretty good.
All in the wrist.
You're pretty good.
And
Oh, she's
15
literally
years of
playing the
dedicated
whole
practice.
time. That's good. When does the trial start? I don't know if there is a trial. I mean, we're not a lawyer, we're a detective.
I'm just me. There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor spends most of his time hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
2 of them. Fifi and Freya are my closest friends.
Well,
We all turned
one of
19
those.
last year.
Do
One of
people
those,
ever
still.
leave Tangle Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it. Argue about it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi...
Feels
Things are
stuck
more
here because
complicated for
her
about
parents
now?
own the tower.
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer.
Understandable. What
3.5
happened yesterday?
hours of piano practice. Soon as I wake up.
That is so
always.
long.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room. When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot.
Oh,
When I
no.
finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way.
Fifi's,
So I
yeah,
went
she's got the
back
goggles,
upstairs
yes.
and out
She's
into
this
the
little
moonlight
scientist
garden.
lady.
The what?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No, Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that.
When neither of us talk. So what's your statement?
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon.
Okay.
And I heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal, but different. Worse. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually, she let me in. The lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall. My father was there too, for some reason. The three of us went back up to Flora's tower. Then Felix arrived.
Right.
He had Penny with him. Fifi had this idea.
I think all of this tracks
She
so
wanted to
far.
do some kind of scientific test. She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes. After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room.
With lights out, it's more dangerous. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. How do you feel about all of these people?
Needless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing, with the shifting form of feeling. Stand unblinking in the face.
I didn't
of
ask for a
taciturn
poem.
In soundless space.
Okay. You have a poem for all of them?
Tide, the waves are thrown, an entity of all its own. But on its surface you may see, reflected in the waters be, the orchestrator, pale and still, pulling strings, enacting will.
I don't think Hawkshaw did it, but okay, I guess.
Foregone drifter, holding fast, days a shadow seeker past. Is it bravery or surrender, accepting that your world will render nothing darker than the gloom some four walls make around a room?
Yeah, I got that. Do you have a poem about Freya?
Heart of head, but free of mind, unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond, behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied, it's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be.
Sad.
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen
Damn.
dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze.
Okay.
Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way.
Cool.
That's me.
I know that.
On a list of murder suspects.
Yeah.
Always thought that would be kind of cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
Oh. I think she was a murder suspect in the previous game. What's up with this statue?
I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano.
Weird.
How sweet. Is that supposed to be Flora?
Possibly.
Oh. How nice.
Hmm.
Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix, I think.
One of them doesn't.
Hey, that's me.
Yeah.
Not a bad likeness.
It looks like you're standing in a rose bush.
Is there something wrong with that?
Were you standing in a
This
rose
is a
bush?
photo of Fifi and Freya, right?
Yeah,
How come you're not in it? You're friends with them too, aren't you?
I'm not really one for photographs.
Fifi looks like she really admires Freya.
Fifi's loyalty to Freya is unshakable.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody sees something different.
Did Freya ever tell you what she saw in it?
Not exactly. She said something about it being from a recurring nightmare.
Sorry, but if it was from a nightmare, why would you paint it and leave it in front of your bed?
Maybe she wanted to take control of it. Giving something a physical form can make it easier to deal with. Well,
Interesting.
sometimes. Is that Fifi's diary?
Yeah,
I'm sure I've seen it in her room before.
yeah.
That's
I
where
took
we found it.
I took it.
Have you ever read it? Do you know what's written in there?
Nope.
Why would she?
I'm sure she wouldn't appreciate me invading her privacy.
I thought you and Fifi were close friends.
Yeah, we are. It's just
Okay, I wouldn't
Fifi's
let my
gotten
friends
kinda
read my diary.
impatient with me recently.
Do you know why?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure she'd tell you if you asked.
Oh, she would. She'd give it to me straight.
I don't
why
want
I've
that.
been avoiding it.
I don't want that,
That
as it
belongs
turns
to
out.
Flora, I think.
Bird.
Is that a gardening trowel?
Yeah,
Hey!
I think it belongs to Fitz.
Really? Huh. Never seen him use it.
Weird.
Oh, you've been to the greenhouse? What did you think?
Impressive, I guess.
I don't know
But
anything
kind of
about
unsettling,
plants.
With Fitz lurking in the shadows the whole time.
Yeah.
He does that. Yeah, he lurks. He's a lurker.
Did you find that in Fifi's room?
No? Should we have?
No, it's just... It looks like something she'd use, don't you think?
Yeah, people keep saying
Why
that.
is the glass cracked down one side?
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
No way.
No.
Freya took good care of her stuff.
I think some kind of sound came from the gramophone that's up there and cracked everything.
Freya would always load up the palette with all the exact colors she was gonna need. I think it helped her zone out and focus on the actual painting itself.
The music
Like
in this
getting all
room
your
is
sheet
fucking
music lined up
nuts.
before playing a long piece.
Right. So the blob of black paint in the middle, that was for painting Flora?
Flora's dress, yeah. She wears even more black than I do.
Impressive.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who
No.
else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody?
Oh yeah, a bunch of people said that was
It
Poppy's,
was
didn't
my
they?
mother's originally.
So, why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
Okay.
What was
Egg.
inside?
Nothing.
Huh. When I first saw it, I thought it looked like Flora was holding a knife with blood on the
But
tip.
it's a feather.
You don't think that anymore?
No. It was a
Yeah, I was
stupid
kind
thing
of
to say.
expecting generic
was dark.
responses. That's why I
I
did a
was in
bunch
shock.
of these.
I'm just an idiot.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Exactly. It's stupid.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Is it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell me how it helps. Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just
Sure doesn't.
freaking everyone out. Wish I'd never said anything.
No, it's not a knife. It's a feather. We already found
Don't you
that.
think that's weird? That the letter isn't addressed to anyone? Or signed by anyone?
Yes.
Someone's being deliberately secretive.
Or they're trying to manipulate you? This is mine.
Really?
No, well, yes, it was.
Yeah.
I gave it to Freya about a year ago.
What was on it?
Nothing. It was blank. Freya said she wanted to record something.
Any
Hmm.
idea how it ended up underwater?
Maybe someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy.
Harp
what do
statue.
you make of the statue?
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely. You see how old this statue is?
What about the symbols? One of them looks like piano keys.
Yeah. Weird.
Okay, not helpful.
There's something I noticed about Freya's knife wound.
Yeah.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact right angle,
Huh?
perpendicular to Freya's body.
Huh?
And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too...
Was she unconscious when she was stabbed? Maybe whatever sound came out of the thing knocked her out?
So there are 2 families living in Tangle Tower?
Mm-hmm. 3 pointers and 5 fellows.
You're outnumbered.
4 fellows.
What's the connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family. Flora's a Remington, originally. So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
So the Fellows and the Pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask. That means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea.
Interesting. Okay, I think I've clicked on everything I can click on with you.
All right. Poppy's bedroom is unlocked.
I wonder what's in there.
Let's go now! I'm breaking in. Sock!
Just a bunch of clothes on the floor. Nothing
Oh.
weird about that.
To you.
Nothing in here stands out in particular to me. Closet?
Anything in the wardrobe?
Dresses mostly. I never realized there are so many shades of black.
That was really gray if you think about it. What is that thing and why is it
It's a
clicking?
metronome. For keeping time.
Let me look closer at that bad boy.
It's ticking. Is it a bomb?
It's supposed
No, it's a
to be
metronome.
ticking.
She just said that.
Not sure what those symbols are, though.
Use the buttons to rotate all 4 metronome dials up to the hoop at the top. What the fuck? Oh, I see. It moves the 2 things with those symbols. So this would be... Okay. Oh god, no. Okay, can I move the X? Is there just X and Y in here anywhere? No. No, these are separate things. Okay, so now this one should move both of those, so those ones are together now. Booyah! Yes?
I did it. What do I win?
Not bad. What happened?
A little hatch unlocked in the back.
Anything in there?
Mm-hmm. It's a photograph. Part of a photograph.
Is this the other torn half of the... Ooh! Ah, okay, so she used to have a very different style. It's hidden in Freya's room. Yeah, okay. Alright. So that's definitely her. What's going on over
Sheet
here?
music. Presumably for piano.
It's only a few notes. I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
What's it say? Alright, look at this torn photograph. You know, how do you reckon they did the lip syncing? It's possible they just did it like with the like they just had a loop animation play with the sound. That's how a lot of anime works for the most part. Is it's the animation is just looped and they make it match the sound. It's not exactly how like abridging people do it for the most part. I would spend a little bit more time on that, but it's mostly just like it looks like it's switching between 2 or 3 frames in time with the just while the dialogue is happening, and that works most of the time. Sorry, I was trying to think of how the sheet music is. That might be wrong, but it's been a while since I've
There's
been...
a name for this kind of piano. You know, these ones that stand upright.
An upright piano, perchance?
A
Flower.
single red rose. How very traditional.
Yeah, weird.
Oh, hey, can I get in this door?
A big glass door leads out into a garden. Somehow.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
Let me look at it. Oh, this fucking thing.
Nothing. Still,
All 4 tiles have a...
those other symbols look like suns.
I think it is.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this just
Nope.
Maybe the
So
info
where is it?
somewhere else.
tiles into the correct slots? If it matches up with the door on the other side, I think it looked
Something
like
happened.
this.
That must be it. And the door's
I still feel like we made some sort of progress.
Okay, alright. Now let me just double check that there's nothing else to find in here, but I don't think there is. There's nothing obvious at the very least.
Anything in the drawers?
nothing you need to know about.
Alright, hey.
Oh, thank goodness. There are 7 lit candles. Wouldn't want it to be dark in here.
Calm down. Octopus?
It's an octopus.
No, it's not. It has 6 legs, not 8. Don't say it.
Sextopus.
That was pretty good. Okay, let's go over to this side now, and if I put these symbols into the side from the other side, I should be able to get into the garden, I think.
It's locked.
I thought we
We
were.
are.
What's that thing by the handle?
So if we put these in this configuration,
It made
Booyah!
a noise.
I guess that was right. Finally.
Whatever's on the other side better be worth it.
hell yeah, let's go. To the garden! Rooftop garden!
It's so relaxed. I might just stay here.
Oh, shall I go finish the investigation on my own?
That'd be great.
It's another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's playing a lute this time.
He's also wearing headphones.
Well, they're not part of the statue. And they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
Oh, interesting. Pair of earmuffs have been placed on the head of the statue. Used to get a noise to not happen, perhaps?
That's one big dragonfly.
Or one very small dragon.
Sure, man.
It's a rose bush, growing on a little patch of bluish soil. Apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
The roses are bright red, too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
Exactly.
What?
A little pond.
It looks really, really deep for some reason. See those metal bars around the edges, too?
Oh, yeah. What do you suppose they're for?
Nothing anymore. Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it.
So I think this would lead all the way down to that fish tank at the bottom.
Giant stone frog? Love it.
Ah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
Different kinds of feathers. Interesting. None of the feathers are from the ink dip bird. I was also gonna say that. Little...
Ah, a little water feature.
It's making me sleepy.
Wonder how it's hooked up.
And anything else particularly curious in here?
Leads up towards Flora's tower. Trees. On a roof.
In a garden.
In a garden. On a roof.
Yeah, man. Shit, dude, they sure are. Nothing else stands out as weird to me here. Egg!
More egg statues.
I don't get it. Why eggs?
Well, either they have some special significance, or the sculptor was just really lazy.
What do you mean?
An egg has got to be the easiest shape to make.
Love eggs.
More egg statues.
Good shape.
I don't get it.
Well, an egg has got to be the easy. More egg statues.
I don't
Well,
get it.
an egg has got to be the.
Yeah, eggs. I get it. I was expecting something to be up here. The only clue we really got is the headphones and that this rose bush is slightly distressed.
It's a rose bush.
Not exactly.
Alright, well, let's go to the next place. Here. Whoa. Aviary! Holy shit, her hands are massive.
Check out that butterfly.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
I mean, it does look evil. It's not wrong.
My little writing desk. It's kind of cute.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle.
Interesting. Mirror.
I don't like mirrors. They steal your soul.
How do you get your hair so symmetrical without using a mirror?
I do by weight. I can feel if one side is heavier than the other.
Wow, that's impressive. Birdies.
They're bird cages, but the birds are coming and going freely.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
A metaphor.
An especially fancy cage.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
Oh, these are the birds of the feather, right? Yeah, 3 of those birds match up with 3 of those feathers. So where's the 4th one? Ooh, lyrics. Hello.
Oh, just beautiful. What is it?
Huh?
Sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
Sorry?
Your hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely! And that shape, you're really pushing the envelope.
Oh, thanks. I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored. We prefer to blend into the background.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful.
Eh.
Pointer, pleasure.
Is that short for Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables of it. Sounds a little ostentatious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Why not, huh?
20-something, Aquarius, love to travel, and nearly all of my friends are birds.
Travel?
Uh-huh.
Where to?
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
And have you
Birds.
studied the birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangle Tower.
Unfortunate.
Because of the birds.
Oh, no, because of him! Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé, dear Fitz.
What?
He's not really the traveling type, you see.
Fitz fellow.
Uh-huh.
The very one.
You're engaged to a member of the Fellow family? That's interesting.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious feuding goes on between our 2 families. Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
I was under the impression that Fitz had a crush on the Penny. What was her name? No, the other one, the goth one. I was under the impression Fitz had a crush on her.
I awoke early and headed down into the greenhouse to see Fitz. He's always there. Crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
How come?
It's where he's happiest. That, and he has a great deal of work to do every day. Watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Do you help him with the work in the greenhouse?
No.
Oh, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
No. In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happens.
Did he say why?
He didn't. Probably
All right,
just
hey,
a
calm
touch of
down.
heat stroke, the poor dear. He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
Let's see. I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are you responsible for?
Officially 4, but in truth it's more like 400.
That's a
Can
lot
they
of
not feed
birds.
themselves?
Of course. And they often do. But I think they just like the company,
Where's the other bird?
as do I.
Hey, where's the other bird? I only see 3 birds in your
Sometime
cage.
in the
Where's the
evening,
4th bird?
I left the aviary and headed back towards my room. But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. He was muttering something. Seemed a bit upset, the poor dear. I followed him down, but the grand hall was empty by the time I got there. Empty aside from
Then somebody
Detective
came in.
Hawkshaw, who
Right,
was
Hawkshaw.
loitering over by the library. I don't know what it was, but she looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the Fellow Tower.
Right. I think
Ran
that
up the
matches up
stairs,
with what we've
hoping
heard
to
so
catch
far.
up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path. For some reason, he was coming out of Fitz's bedroom. He looked rather lost, too. I told him I was looking for Uncle. He suggested we look up in Flora's tower room. We could see from the hallway. The door was off its hinges.
Yeah, Fitz
I knew
kicked it
then
in.
Something was terribly wrong. A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya. Uncle Pointer was there. Fitz, too. Standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
That's suspiciously unsuspicious.
A fellow bird enthusiast. She's quite the expert, truth be told. Studied them professionally.
We love
at one point.
birds. It's
I
weird
think
there's
her
only
father
6
taught
people
her.
that live in this tower, and
friends?
2 of us love birds.
A little bit.
A little bit friends.
She's one for the peace and quiet. I dare say I'm a little too loud for her.
Yeah, I
can
get
see
that.
I do admire her, though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
Wow.
I
Wow.
said it.
Wow.
She's a most unsavory little... She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Wow.
Which part? The giant bird arms, or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean,
Wow.
look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh. It was
He
Uncle
hired
that
her?
called her in. She's his responsibility.
Ah.
Did you not know that?
No, I haven't spoken to him yet.
I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into.
Yeah, it seems
People are
whack,
better
doesn't
off when
it?
They just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable.
I got that sense, actually.
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
For my 21st
No, just keep listing
birthday,
birds.
She gave me a framed painting.
Oh.
All the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath. I
Aw.
can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
Not really.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her. But she had a way of understanding unspoken things.
Seems like everybody liked her.
Oh, she's beautiful! Who is she? Wait, is that me? She
Just
mostly
no
ignores me,
response.
if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh. You don't need to.
No, it's quite all right.
I'm dumb as
I'm
bricks.
comfortable with it.
I'm dumb as bricks, and that is just my lot in life.
Isn't he strapping?
He is big.
And so brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your input.
Alright. Hey, man.
Oh,
Hey,
did you
Grimoire,
talk to
calm down.
Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like
Okay.
one, too.
Wow.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
Did she? She didn't say shit about you.
I must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you? Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all 3 of those names.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
Glad we cleared that up.
What about the one on your head?
On my head? It's just my hat. It doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat? There used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to
That
the
is regular birds.
non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question.
Weird.
Lovely. Looks a little simple for Poppy, doesn't it? I thought she was a grade 12 or something.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her.
Good lord, calm
I
down.
can't decide what's worse. How she looks here, or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is? In the photo?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Poppy, dumbass.
Absolutely no idea.
Come
I
on.
haven't seen this one in a while. He lives in the music room, doesn't he?
Currently.
It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad.
Aw.
If I'm not mistaken, that little red and white one is supposed to be a bird of some kind.
Yeah, no, I got that.
A bit vain to carve wooden figurines of oneself, isn't it? Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of...
Yes.
Yeah, okay, yep.
Freya was very talented, even at that age.
Do you know how old this photo is?
Not sure. Must be a couple of years at least. Sometime before Fiona settled on her current style.
Calm, hey.
I know a lot of people rather like this painting, but it's a little much for me.
Yeah, it's
I find
terrifying.
it overbearing. And for some
Wait, is that a
reason, it makes
painting
me
of
feel bad
Hawkshaw?
for Freya. I think she was more troubled than we knew.
Can I need to not be talking to you in a second. That might be a painting of Hawkshaw.
Diary.
That's our guess too.
Excellent.
Cool.
Somebody taking an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most of the birds in it are long gone.
Well, what about
That's
this
sad.
bird, though? The ink dip.
This one, well, it was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangle Tower.
So it's not extinct.
It is now.
Misunderstand. It was the last one.
Oh, that's
the
sad.
Very last.
Oh.
Sad.
Oh, did Fitz show you that?
Not exactly.
We found it hidden under his bed.
Ah, right. Ooh, delightful. More of a gemstone than a fruit, isn't it?
Yes.
And edible, too, I think.
Yes. At one point, I thought Fitz might be growing them to sell them.
I
But
got
honestly,
that.
I think he just likes the way they look. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Freya doesn't take very good care of her paints, does she? But then she was always rather bohemian, had her own priorities. Oh, that's rather sad. How terrible.
You recognize it?
The color scheme. 3 different pinks. Poppy's gramophone. She's had it for a long time. As a young child, she'd call it her mama phone, on account of it belonging to her mother.
That's cute.
Oh yes, adorable.
Jesus, calm down.
Gaudy old thing, isn't it? Flora seems very fond of it. I've never understood why. But then I could say the same thing about her husband.
Wow. Grimoire.
I doubt Freya intended it, but the overall effect is a little unsettling, don't you think? It's Flora that's the problem. She's an inescapably haunting presence, bless her. Hello. Who penned this juicy little number?
We don't know. It's not signed.
An anonymous letter? Classic clue. Goodness me. Poppy really doesn't take care of her belongings, does she?
It wasn't in Poppy's room. It was in the little pond in the garden.
Exactly! Hardly the place for it.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose.
I'm sure I've read about this creature somewhere. Don't remember anything about him playing the harp, though. Finally! I get to see a detective's case file.
It's not that
That's
exciting.
a very specific thing to be excited about.
Only last week I asked that miserable Hawkshaw woman if I could see her case notes.
And she
I'm
probably
guessing
told
she
you to
said
fuck off.
Would have been much more polite if she had just said no. Instead, she was quite rude to me. Accused me of being, what was it? A shallow sensationalist.
Well, are you?
You know, it's probably quite impressive. To a visitor, fresh eyes and all that.
Not to you.
Try living in it for 20 years. The sheen wears off. If it wasn't for my fits, I'd have little reason to stay.
What about inheritance? You're the next oldest pointer after your uncle, aren't you?
Well, thank you very much for phrasing
Wow.
it like
Hey,
that.
calm down.
But no,
It's accurate.
any money left in the Pointer family will pass down directly to Poppy.
Is that fair?
I couldn't care less, to be perfectly honest.
You see, I don't know, it seems like you care a little bit.
We can get into Penny's room now.
Now, like, right now?
Yes. Let's go. Penny's room. Tea set.
A little tea set. Looks recently used.
One of the cups has tea in it.
What's in the other one?
Birdseed.
Book.
A little bedtime reading.
Let's see. Romance novels, detective novels, and
What?
this one appears to be both.
Nice.
There's nothing exciting in here, as far as I can tell at a glance. And there's this plant.
That's sunflower.
There's something weird about it. It just feels out of place.
It's one of Fitz's, I assume. Well, it's also an unusual blue color. Is there really, like, nothing in here?
It's a birdhouse.
Are those real birds?
No.
Nope. They're wooden.
They're using up all the perches. What if a real bird wanted to use it?
Swap this. Okay, so I'm combining colors here, I assume, is what's going on. Let's see, so red and yellow makes green. No, blue and yellow makes green. I'm an idiot. What? Am I doing this wrong? This should be it, right? I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, wait. One more?
No, that was it.
Yeah, there we
Nice
go.
work.
It was combining colors. I got that
The
one.
door open? What's in there?
Now I'll get her. Power plants originate from red roses growing in the rooftop garden. Interesting. I'm pretty sure that's about Poppy, though. Doesn't really seem to be anything else in here of note. Alright, let's check out the professor. See what his deal is. Oh god, he's twerking.
A picture frame.
With no picture.
It's full of tea, but it's gone cold.
Criminal.
It's tidier than my desk. Oh, the notebook is untouched. It's completely blank.
So, even the most well-used notebooks start off blank.
Yeah, but that means he hasn't used.
You know, I've always wanted one of those.
A mechanical solar system?
Who doesn't want a
What would you do
mechanical
with it?
solar system?
I would look at it.
Yeah, let's look at it.
Wait a minute. Earth in the middle. Sun on the outside. How old is this thing?
That's a good question. Rotate the 5 planets and the sun and the moon around the middle. What shape am I supposed to be making? I don't really understand what the purpose of this puzzle is, I'll be honest. Am I supposed to be trying to get no shadow on the Earth or something? I don't know what I'm supposed to be making here.
Nothing.
So there are two ways to rotate the planets and rotate the sun and moon.
What am I trying to do? Oh, wait, I see it now. Okay. Okay, I understand now. Okay, let's see. So this one has to go here, right? Okay. I feel pretty good about those ones. Aha! Good?
I got it.
Yes!
I'm
Okay,
impressed.
I figured it out eventually. It was the shadows I had to
Did you
match
hear
up.
that?
There's a little hatch underneath. What's in there?
A bunch of paper. Looks like somebody's research.
Research about a golden beetle? Golden beetle, named for its exoskeleton, composed of a mineral approximately 90% identical to gold, has a lifespan of several years. It fends off predators with a loud hiss, records of over 95 decibels. That's what broke all the shit. The misted is somewhat spurious reaction for causing ill fortune to those that see it. So this bug, or the noise it makes, played out of the gramophone, as I assume what shattered all of the shit up in that tower.
The bell jar. It's empty.
What do people normally keep in bell jars?
Other than bells, you mean? Nah, it's too cloudy to see any stars right now.
It's also daytime.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Shh, listen. Do you hear them? The stars. They're whispering. So quiet, and yet so loud.
What are they whispering about? Are they spreading rumors about us?
I shouldn't think they concern themselves with such insignificance. We are but specks of dust, you and I.
Mm-hmm. Could the speck
I
of
need to
dust
find
start by
out who
telling
this
me his
voice
name?
actor is immediately.
You find yourself standing in the astronomy tower of one Professor Percival Pointer.
Because he sounds
Seems
familiar.
like this tower belongs to the Pointers,
Oh, no,
and the
I
other one
don't know who
belongs
that
to the
is,
fellows.
actually.
Well observed, my dear. Tangle Tower is something of a duality, as it happens. Meaningless boundaries, really. They exist only in our minds.
Helpful.
I have no idea who this is or what I would have heard him in. Well, I guess he wasn't familiar. Wait a minute. I saw Hat in Time. Maybe that was it. What were you in A Hat in Time? He's the mafia boss in A Hat in Time. I don't think that was it. Alright, whatever.
Me? Not much to say. Strictly speaking, I'm the current head of the Pointer family. And of course, father to my precious Poppy.
And a professional astronomer?
Oh no, that's just a little hobby. I mean, yes, I've studied the stars for over 35 years, published 17 books.
Just a little hobby.
17
Sounds
is a
like
lot
you're
of
quite
books.
well known. You must bring in a good amount of money.
Oh dear me.
No!
My field of research has never yielded any kind of stable financial return. Nor would I expect it to. I am nothing but a humble interpreter for the cosmos, working to translate its message so that I may share it with the world.
Cool. Tell the cosmos I say hi.
Cool.
The day began as any other, with blissful, unremarkable routine. I took my usual morning walk around the gardens. Fresh air does wonders for the mind.
Did you see anyone else?
Penelope and Fitz were in the greenhouse together. I didn't
Yep.
bother them, of course. I sat for a while besides the pond in the garden. It's a favorite spot of mine. Eventually, I returned to my tower and buried myself in my studies for the afternoon.
Did you use your telescope yesterday?
Once the stars began to appear, naturally.
For how long?
I can't say. I've been known to lose hours at my telescope.
Did you see anything?
No actual discoveries, if that's what you mean.
So you were all alone up in the astronomy tower. Must have been a while before you found out what had happened to Freya.
Quite. Normally, I would be the last to find out about such a thing. But a curious tug of fate led me towards the fellow tower later that evening.
Oh?
I was at my telescope for the majority of the evening, but at one point I returned to my desk to look something up in a reference book. I couldn't find the book I wanted, so I figured Fiona must have borrowed it. I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
Right.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library. She
Right.
looked impatient and slightly frustrated.
Same as ever then?
Quite. I passed her by and went upstairs to Fiona's room.
Oh, so he
The door
found
was
her by
locked,
accident,
but I
it
could hear
sounds like.
shouting coming from inside. I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter. I had no desire to invade their privacy by eavesdropping, so I waited
So
for
that
them
would
to
have
finish
been-
and come out into the hall. Before I could ask about the book, Poppy grabbed my hand and took me upstairs along with Fiona.
Okay.
It was apparent that both of them had already been crying about something. We went up to Flora's tower. Freya was laying on her back, right in the middle of the room. Flora and Fitz were already there. They both looked stoic as ever. Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
Right.
And then Fiona
Something
went
about that
downstairs
sounds a
with
little
Poppy
weird
for
to
some
me,
reason.
but...
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Why did you leave so quickly? Wasn't there anything you could have done to help?
Don't take this the wrong way, but the whole ordeal is fellow family business. I'm quite sure they don't need me getting in the way at a time like that.
Yeah. Okay. I have to ask you about everybody.
A listless soul drifting through the ether.
What's wrong with her?
Not sure. She's always been trouble.
She's just weird.
Comes from a dysfunctional family. I'd say you could ask her about it, but I think you might find that to be a bit of a dead end.
Yeah.
He should learn to make the most of his lot in life. And he does have a lot in life.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if he hasn't already squandered it or lost it.
Damn.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends.
I think you're lying.
Ah, yes, the heiress of Tangle Tower. Goodness knows what'll happen when she takes charge. I dare say she'll confiscate my telescope and replace it with a microscope.
She doesn't seem to be the type to impress her will on others.
Still, keep an eye on her. Dangerously intelligent, that one.
You sound jealous.
Okay.
Wait, are you two science rivals?
Oh no, we operate on very different wavelengths.
Very different
Literally.
scales, also. Microscopic versus the cosmos.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
Wow.
Nobody
Rude.
could deny her talent. She was remarkable, artistically gifted, but also highly intelligent.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
Was she ever interested in astronomy?
I don't think she was. The fault may well lie with me for failing to inspire her. But I think she was captivated by more tangible things here on Earth. My daughter loved her. Fiona, too. That said, in the last year or so, more and more I begun to notice her by herself, wandering the gardens at the most peculiar hours. She must have explored every inch of the grounds 100 times over. Quite a restless spirit, I think.
Was she
I'm
looking for something,
surprised
I guess?
She chose to live at Tangle Tower as long as she did.
It's...
What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived.
Sad.
I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
I love his fucking wiggly
I'm not
fingers.
sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
That's so many.
Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time, until she marries the gardener.
She'll still
Wow.
be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellows. Like rats deserting a sinking ship.
Wow.
My Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Everyone's a suspect.
Oh, no. I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
Yeah, I got that sense.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
away. She went away.
That makes it sound like she died.
So, we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. I think it must be something left behind by a previous inhabitant of Tangle Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
Weird. Anyway.
Well, now, that is most definitely none of my business. Quite possibly none of yours either.
I don't know, feels like my
What kind of
business.
flower is that?
We're not sure. I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. Best in the field. That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting.
Thanks, man. Birds.
That's rather a small cage for 3 birds, isn't it? But then, aren't we all trapped in a cage?
No.
I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue.
Why?
I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears?
Whenever I've seen him, yes. Oh,
Interesting.
my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She
Right.
passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother?
Of course. Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall.
Until I took it just now. It's mine.
What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I don't either. Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal fish man.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes. Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it.
Dead, probably.
This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least
Damn.
he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know.
Wow.
This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I see he's afforded himself considerable artistic license.
Uh-huh.
These were drawn by Freya. She must have drawn that one of Hawkshaw rather recently.
I guess.
Poppy's 2 closest friends. Freya looks so innocent there.
Weird.
Freya was well
Yeah, I think
acquainted
this
with
might
the
be
abstract,
Hawkshaw.
I'll say that much.
What does it look
Like from behind?
to you?
To me, it's a big,
Rock?
red thing.
What a fascinating interpretation.
He's right, though. It is a big red thing.
That's true, that's true.
A diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary.
That's true, it does look like a diary.
That's a very old book, isn't it? Looks like someone could have taken better care of it.
Yeah,
I like the
probably.
look of a well-read book. Better than one that's never been opened.
Ah, well put. Oh,
What about
you
this
found
trowel?
a murder weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me.
Why does everyone say that?
Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all.
Everybody's like, yeah, he just wants to grow
What's
money
this?
fruit, but like that's
it
not
looks
a
like
bad
it might be
thing.
a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see? It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
It's weird that Hawkshaw told us it was a microscope and everybody else has said it's a telescope.
Is this important?
Possibly.
Freya's paints.
Here's a thought. Do you suppose the paintbrush could be the murder weapon?
No.
After all, it was found at the scene, right next to Freya's body.
I guess it's possible.
I haven't seen that tape for a long time. Who broke it?
No idea.
Ah, well, possessions are fleeting, my friends.
Uh-huh.
Pointer property originally, Purloined by the fellows. Typical.
No. Okay, I think they
Curious
borrowed
little
it,
thing,
but...
isn't it? Do you know what she keeps in there?
Nothing. At the moment. It was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
Why does everybody comment on it? Yeah.
I find that painting to be in rather bad taste.
Oh, yeah?
The knife with real blood on it? The whole thing is rather vulgar.
It's not real. It's not...
Where on earth did you find that?
It was in a bush outside. I think someone threw it away.
How peculiar.
Hmm.
Isn't the process of decay fascinating?
It's not really decaying. It's plastic.
It's becoming one with nature, all the same.
Is it?
A very old statue indeed. I'd recommend you leave it well alone. The poor fellow's in bad enough shape as it is.
Okay. Hey, what the fuck was that?
Not exactly a wealth of information, is it?
It's enough.
Everybody's
So
judging.
which one is Tangle Tower?
What's that?
There are 2 towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea. You'd have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
With Felix, you mean? Her husband?
No, her brother and sister, and her father. The Remington family was a rather tumultuous little unit, you see. I don't think Flora has spoken with any of them in over a decade.
Alright, well, I've asked you about everything.
There's something about Hawkshaw's handheld microscope.
Yeah!
Something suspicious.
Yeah!
Let's ask her about it.
Yeah! The fact that it's a fucking telescope and 3 separate people have told us that.
That's all the statements.
Let's go over them all.
Oh, we have all the statements, so we should think about them now, I guess. Well, before I do that, I actually do want to go do this really quick. So we've gotten statements from everybody now, and now I'm assuming we can compare them.
This little microscope thing? You said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of
I actually have
course,
got an idea
I still
about
have no
that.
intention of disclosing that information.
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry, we already worked out what you're searching for.
Booyah! We're searching for the golden beetle.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you're looking for in the greenhouse?
I'm glad he just
This
takes that
beetle?
one.
Surely even you can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
It's because it's a fucking telescope.
It's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
No, but I've talked to several people who are. A microscopic lens, according to Fifi, uses... Oh, hold on, no. This handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it.
The microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it.
Yes.
I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
Detective.
A detective? Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I wanted to be an astronomer.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
So why
Sorry,
did you
but
lie about
we're
it?
way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An
Aw.
extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated. My lead suspect
Died.
is your murder victim.
Yeah, I thought as much. Okay. We should talk to Penny. Which one's Penny? Are you Penny? You're Penny, right? You'd think I remember that. Yes, you're Penny. Oh, right, yes. We have some more things I can ask you about now.
My flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors? The shape of it?
Oh, it looks like her!
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
It's a flower that's supposed to look like her. I get it.
That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We do that.
Who's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business.
It kind of is. It's a murder investigation.
Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I... Freya, perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Noted.
Hmm.
There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room.
Yep.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask
Yep.
her about it.
Yes. Let's. Hello.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
Yeah, they're from Red Roses.
They're from red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
the
We need a clue.
garden.
Something that shows the roses and who they belong to.
Booyah. Do we have that? Oh, I see. She ripped up the rose.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
It's a rose.
I can't imagine what you're getting at. But it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those two bedrooms?
No.
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
Using birds? You used your birds. Penny's flower was stolen from Fitz, but it didn't work and distract them. One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fritz, but it didn't work and distract them to steal evidence from them.
One of Penny's birds
Aha!
was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them.
Right.
We know those two have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type.
I
would
don't
never
believe
suspect
you.
fits of anything like that.
I don't
Besides,
believe you.
Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
All right. About 4 feathers.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Yeah. This yellow feather was left behind by this yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden. Because it's got the yellow and the...
This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
Maybe.
I can't stand it! Knowing the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me.
Uh-huh.
I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me.
Is he?
He's so quiet with me these days, but being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little...
Uh-huh.
I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
Uh-huh. Anyway. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Thank you, clue button. Very helpful, actually. Okay.
That's all the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
Yes.
To see if anyone's been lying.
Correct.
That too.
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
Right.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs.
Right.
I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs.
This all sounds good so
They're
far.
just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me.
I
Right.
inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what
Right.
had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
Oh,
I
yeah.
recognized
Forgot about
Flora's
that part.
voice, as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer.
Why would she have been so
I
concerned?
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
An
I think she
hour?
was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
No
All the
obvious
statements line
lies.
up with each other.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
Okay. Yeah. So we must be missing at least
The
one
garden,
clue.
I think.
we-
Ready when you are.
Research the astronomy tower. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't finish that, huh? I guess I didn't finish searching in here.
What is it?
Ah, it's clearly some kind of large device.
You're not wrong.
There's some
Trinkets.
clue I'm missing up
They're
here.
clearly gizmos.
Books?
A spyglass to the stars. Volumes 1 to 12.
They're in very good condition.
Did he write them? Oh, there's stars on the ceiling. Hold on.
Pretty. Pretty.
Oh, that's all you got is pretty. I was hoping some of that would be useful.
It's a chart of the solar system. Which planet are you from, Sally?
Eh.
It's a chart of the solar system.
Yeah. What's this?
Trinkets.
They're clearly gizmos.
Gizmo's desk drawer?
It's tidier than my desk.
So, even the most well-used notebooks.
No, I did this puzzle already.
Yeah, it's too close.
It's also daytime.
Gonna take the
Every
telescope?
astronomy tower.
I want to try.
Let's have a look in your telescope. Aha! We can see Freya from here.
You can see right into Flora's room.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. She's looking up. Behind her is the backside of the easel holding Freya's unfinished painting. I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this angle. I can just about see the gramophone.
Uh-huh.
It's that little plant Flora keeps on the window ledge.
Don't you think it would fall off? In the wind.
Maybe it's glued down.
I can see the doorway. It leads into the hall. The door itself is on the floor, knocked off its hinges.
Right.
Is that a window?
I think it is.
Is there another room
Above Flora's room? Yes.
We should check that next time we're over there. It's the tower opposite this one. You can see right.
Not by
I can
accident.
see behind her. I can't really see anything. You can see.
Not by
I can see
accident.
behind her. Can't really
Yeah, can't see anything on the easel.
see. You can see.
Not
I
by
can behind her.
accident.
Can't really
Okay.
see. Isn't this supposed to be an astronomy telescope? I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for astronomy to work.
I can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
There's something about something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Yeah, hey, buddy. What's up? Why you spying,
So-
you weirdo?
Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
Uh-huh.
And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
Not really interested
You're
in
not
astronomy
really
at all.
interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
Fuck would it be? What do you mean? Oh, the beetle, right, yeah.
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the
Yeah.
inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Uh-huh, yeah, right, man.
That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, your telescope only points at the neighbor's room, weirdo. Winter's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene. And not up at the
Pointer's
sky.
telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
Might have been
It's-
Freya.
It's a very precious specimen, incredibly rare, valuable in ways you could never understand. Freya was always sneaking around, both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No.
Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
Right.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
Let's go. Whee!
We know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
No. Obviously not. Okay, let's see. Paint from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted Ibdet father to resemble a bloody
Paint
knife.
from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife. Almost. Maybe just
To resemble a bloody knife, yes. Was used to paint over.
From the paint pot was used to paint over. Nope.
That's not it. Where'd the blood come from and how was it used? Used to paint the tip of. Oh, blood from the. Hold on. Yeah.
Blood from the paint
Yeah.
pot
I didn't realize there was a
used to
separate
paint
one.
the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
Right. Why?
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Yeah, why is a good
Either
question.
It's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime.
Right.
Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time.
Right.
It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally,
Right.
it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold
Uh-huh.
on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
So, my
The
working
angle of Freya's
theory.
wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her.
Okay, so my working theory right now is the sound of that beetle played through the gramophone, which is what cracked everything in the room, and I bet it knocked Freya and Flora unconscious. Then, I guess the only thing I can think, there's an upstairs room where somebody must have hid something, right? Because we haven't gotten to that yet. But the only thing I can think is when they broke down the door, either Fitz or Freya, or no, either Fitz or Poppy stabbed her in the chest with that trowel. Based on the evidence we have, that's all I've got so far.
But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow,
I'm old
Freya
guy.
ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Yes.
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are
Clinical
completely
Australia.
unrelated.
No, we're basically reviewing evidence right now. Alright, well, we gotta get back up to that tower and investigate. Oh, hey, I can just go to the secret room now that I know it exists? Fuck yeah, let's go. Attic. Oh, God. It's terrifying up here.
What is that?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
Telescope. That looks like it attaches to that telescope. Long reels, length of fine red rope. What's that?
Just dusty junk. Just
Dusty junk.
What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it.
But I want to know!
It's a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
You know there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
What? Why do they have a stuffed werewolf in this attic? That's fucked up. What's that?
It's a jar. The head screws off.
Huh.
Someone painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious.
It is.
Where's that light coming from?
No, it's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards.
Let's find out what I can see. Aha! That's directly above where she was fucking stabbed.
Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is?
So yeah, somebody dropped a knife or something on Freya from above here. Oh hey, fuck yeah, Mall guy. Congratulations. I'm not done up here, I assume.
Where's that light
No,
coming
it's
from?
just there's a decent gap.
Yeah, that is directly
Is
over
that
her
right?
fucking heart, dude. Alright. I've discovered, I believe, all the evidence and all of the secrets at this point. I still need to interrogate Poppy, Fitz, and Fifi. But I don't really have anything on them. We should talk to Fifi. Yes, let's. Oh, the science-y thing. She would know what that is, probably. Hello! I have some new evidence I'd like to present to you. I found a lot of shit.
Is this yours, Fifi?
I do not recognize it. And besides, I would have no use for such a thing. Perhaps it could be used to hang wet laundry?
Was that a joke?
Maybe.
A book. My book.
Yep.
And what's in it?
Pages.
I mean,
believe
you're right.
Freya was attempting to communicate something through this painting.
Any idea what it was?
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it. As such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever. This photograph is my favorite photograph.
So, why'd you rip it in half?
That was not me. Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off. It
was a
only
third. Hey.
Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite sure that I have no idea.
Uh-huh.
There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing of Poppy and Fitz.
Yep, I see
a
that.
wooden carving of my father, made by my father.
Yep.
Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint.
I've already got that.
It is a model of Freya, made by my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya? Freya drew these.
Tell me.
Yeah, I think so. There's a note on the back.
But she never showed them to me.
Well, I think it was a gift for your mother. Like a private thing between Freya and Flora.
Why did Poppy leave shards of glass all over this statue?
What makes you think it was Poppy?
The statue lives in the music room. Who else would it be? An item from Poppy's childhood. Her earliest piano lessons hold some special significance for her.
Why's that?
No idea. She has never
Fucking
graced
knows.
me with the details.
I
and
know,
I'm not
it's weird, isn't
forthcoming
it?
enough to ask.
You two are friends, right?
We are, yes.
But
It is clear to me now that Poppy has become tired of my company.
is it anything to do with Freya?
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to do with Freya. Her concerns simply lie elsewhere.
What's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues.
Why not?
What a mess. Penelope should tidy up after herself.
These weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds, I think.
My argument stands.
She's responsible for all birds.
I am scared of birds.
Why?
It is an irrational fear. I have no suitable explanation.
Oh.
It is a flower.
Yep.
It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what.
It looks like Penelope.
Who is this her to whom the message refers?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know exactly.
Then how can I meaningfully evaluate this object? Next.
Fucking you mean next?
Now this is interesting. Where did you find it?
In the astronomy tower.
And yet, it does not concern the field of astronomy.
Suspicious.
In fact, you could even say that entomology is the exact opposite of astronomy.
You could, I guess.
You could.
I would not say that, however.
Oh. You wouldn't?
No, it would be quite naive. To study science in any field is to study the connections between all matter in the universe, living or inanimate.
Okay, I've done all of the research.
There's something about that diary we found in Fifi. Something.
Let's ask her about
Something suspicious. Hey, what's up?
Is this your
I'm
diary,
suspicious.
Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
it. Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require
Fucking
an
because she
explanation.
doesn't want people to read it.
Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10
So, there are secrets written in here?
and this particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
It's not a diary at all.
It's not a diary at all.
I'm not sure about that.
Me
Damn it.
neither.
Damn
This
it.
particular diary
It
is
doesn't look unused.
Does this look like her style, even?
It's Fifi's diary, and she has written in it.
I'm not sure about that.
Me neither.
Okay, so
This
it's somebody
Doesn't
else's
look
diary.
unused.
It's somebody else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
We need a clue to compare with the diary. Something to prove who the original owner was.
I don't know if I have one of those, man. Is there anything that matches this, like, aesthetically? Is it Penelope's diary? Oh, fuck, it's Freya's diary.
Let's take a closer
She's in the
look at
picture.
this.
This blue book is the same. Is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
This blue book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
You were hiding Freya's diary in your room, and you kept it locked, too.
Why would I do either of these things?
I don't fucking know. You tell me. Fifi was always suspicious of Freya. That doesn't make sense. Didn't want to see. Didn't know about. Fifi didn't know about. Freya didn't know about. Kept in her bedroom within a library book buried in the garden that everyone knew about. I don't know, maybe?
Fifi, nope.
Yeah, that's nothing. There's something about the diary Fifi doesn't want anyone to know. Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal
Fifi,
secrets.
almost. Maybe.
Okay, close.
Fifi
There we
didn't
go.
want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Right.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend,
There is a family
but if
trait.
you're trying to
Uh,
hide something,
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand.
So, Fifi is the daughter of the Fifi and... I think... So, Fifi is the daughter of... the old guy, I think, and one of the Remingtons who built the house. So she, like, will inherit the house, I think. I believe Freya is, the old guy's, like, niece or something. So they're not directly related, I think. They're just friends.
In her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
Might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Very well. I will open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
All right, Fifi unlocked the diary.
Finally. What's in there?
It's back in the flesh this time. Was it me? Did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. Soul Bearer works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now. Need 2 more. Find my way into the middle. Surprisingly simple compared to the harp. I saw them, all 5, eyes blacked out. Despite everything, I still have a promise to keep. I'll do my best. She could do with a little company. Okay.
Freya was definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
I also think that.
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have met.
What the fuck? That wasn't there before.
This wasn't here before.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck, you two. Freya. That is terrifying. What the fuck?
What do you think? Is it really from her?
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well?
It's a perfect match.
Well, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
So I'm going to check. Whoa! Unfinished business. Tangle Tower. All right. So really quick, I'll move back into here so we can check the relationship thing, because I'm having a kind of hard time keeping it straight also. Okay, so Freya is Felicia and Damien Dusk. So Freya's not related to... Freya's like a... Okay, so I think Freya's like a cousin, if I'm getting this right. She's like barely related to Fiona at all.
Emily Everstone. I guess she doesn't live here anymore.
Yeah, Fiona is the daughter of Flora Remington and Felix. Felix is not related to Felix's brother. Yeah, they're barely related at all, looks like. Like 4th cousins or something? Yeah, basically. This fucking family tree is complicated as all hell, but yeah, they're essentially not related at all. The only thing they have in common is like a grandparent, it looks like, maybe? Not even, because Lord Fellow is like there was another yeah, so they have a common grandparent in Lord Fellow, but that's about it. Okay, let's see here. So if I go to...
Finally.
It's not that.
Don't ruin this.
Let's see my evidence. Simple melodies will be best of luck, you two, Freya. So if we take this to... It's super weird. There's some kind of melody by the main entrance. Oh, the bells. Okay, and hold on. Let me go to here really quick and see what the statue wants from me.
I'm still not sure about this.
Should we take another look?
Okay, bell. Okay, so there's one for birds. Basically, I should be looking for... Okay, so there's a lip one.
Let's come
What
back.
would lip be? I mean, the bird one is obvious. It's going to be birds. So I should look in here someplace and see if there's something that makes chimes.
I feel like I'm standing in a giant book. My little writing desk.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's... They're bird cages. But the birds
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
There's got to be something in here that makes music.
I don't like I do by weight. I can feel. They're bird cages. But the birds are
Is
coming.
that a
Oh, it totally is.
There's got to be something in here that makes sound.
Does this?
Yeah, no, doesn't matter.
Okay, otherwise, there's the obvious one in Fiona's room. If we play this melody.
There's a name. You know. Sheet music.
Only a few
Yeah, it's been framed, though. Must be important for some reason.
Okay. How do I crab that? I wish to crab this sheet music. Use crab on sheet music. Oh, Lord. Okay, hey, there's a relationship chart. Even better, actually. That makes it much easier. Yeah, so they're basically friends. They're barely related at all. Murder victim. Oh, look at all these clues.
Sheet music.
It's only a few
Yeah, it's been framed, though. Must be important for some reason.
How can I get her to play that? Because I feel like that's the thing it wants from me, probably. Some kind of melody while in Flora's tower? Might have. There's no way this fucking thing is gonna work. Oh, it's a recording. That's really spooky.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
Gotcha. That's extremely scary. I kind of hate that. I feel like this isn't gonna work at all.
It's piano music.
Why can I move it forward? It's pretty. It's pretty. It's pretty. Aren't birds nature's music? I'm kind of expecting there to be another clue on here, which is why I'm not.
There's something about that something.
Let's ask Poppy
Something suspicious. Yeah, for some reason it didn't occur to me that I could do this now. Hey, what's up, fucker? Oh, it's the same music she's playing.
I need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
I thought it
What
sounded
can you
familiar.
tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea. Acid jazz?
It's piano music. Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
It's literally the
Sure it
music
doesn't
you were
belong to
just
you?
playing.
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Oh, yeah?
Not my color.
Oh, yeah? You used to like
you
these
used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves Poppy used to like these colors.
That picture of Poppy. Doy.
Let's take a closer look at this.
The pink cassette tape. And the pink cassette...
The pink cassette tape.
Well, hold on. I forgot to... Found the scene, crime scene matches the pink cassette player. Used by Fifi in this... Nope. That's not her. Used by Poppy in this old photo. There we go.
Found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
Hi.
Hello.
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it.
Are we gonna use the other half of the fucking photo? Nope. Hold on.
Maybe that's the same thing. That's a horn.
Go back page, please. Yeah.
You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends.
Yeah.
Why'd you tear it up and then hide it?
That's rude.
I think the answer is pretty
There's a murder
straightforward.
investigation.
And you should be polite.
Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
The photo proves that she's the murderer.
Poppy doesn't want to look like
That's
that.
it. Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
The reason she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
The passage of time is a
Hey,
powerful
why is her head
thing.
like that?
Everybody just looks like
Hold
this.
on. This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could
Yes, I
have easily
figured
been
that
listening
out.
to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
It fucking exploded when the beetle made a loud noise at it or whatever. Alright. Is there anybody whose dirty secrets we haven't dig up yet? Oh, Fitz still. I'll go talk to Fitz. Why not? Hey, fuckboy, what's up? I have some things I need to talk to you about. Oh, you were the
Poppy
first
and
person I
are
talked to.
friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong? Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
Yeah, she's kind of a
How's
bitch.
the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
Is it? Is it though? Is it though?
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
Felix is a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. but his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
Wow.
I was just about to say the same
Wow.
thing.
Fifi doesn't like me.
What did you do?
I'm not sure. If you find
Why
out,
do you assume he did something?
maybe you can let me know.
I think he did it.
I have a lot of things to tell you about real quick.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Me 3.
Evidence bit.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said me too.
Those petals, they,
What?
they're red.
Yeah, man, they sure are.
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
I don't believe you.
Wait, those are mine. The earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you
A
need
week
earmuffs
ago.
for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
What?
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
That's pretty good. Anything else you might know about?
Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note on the back, too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
Does
Freya's
thing mean
best
anything
work,
to you?
in my opinion. Although, the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
What do you think it's a painting of?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh, I don't think it's that kind of painting.
This your
This is
trowel?
yours, Fitz?
Yeah,
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
Know
What's
anything
with
about
the
this
broken
statue?
glass?
I don't know. I was hoping you knew.
Fitz, one of these drawings is of you? In the rooftop garden, I think? With Poppy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Are we done?
There's something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower. Something
Suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Hey, buddy. I can accuse you now.
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But
I completely
yeah,
had
she was
forgotten about
mistaken.
that.
Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
If you did see Fitz, but he was holding
Fifi
something else.
did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
Probably that ornate trowel, if I had to guess.
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
Or do you? Ornate trowel was used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's
An
room.
ornate trowel is
Ah,
used by
he takes
Fitz to
care
look
of that
after
flower
a
that
potted
looks
flower
like
in
her because
Penny's
she
room.
fucking can't take care of it to save her life.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
I don't believe you.
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Do I have anything that looks like her? Oh, the potted fruit, yeah.
Let's take a closer look at these.
The dirt. It's the dirt. It's the dirt. Pot and soil in... Well, it's not Flora's room. It's Penny's room. Pot and soil found in the greenhouse.
The pot and soil
Yes.
in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse.
Yes.
Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The way it
The flower.
looks.
It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again, when she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil, just trying to keep it alive.
Yeah, the music room melody. Hold on.
It's one of those big pianos.
Don't touch it.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
Is there a different melody in here that I don't know
Who
about?
plays the violin, I wonder?
It's pretty dusty, so I'm guessing nobody.
Oh no, wait, this would have been the melody from the tape, so we're actually looking for a different one.
Are they
Whatever they are, it's like a little parade of floating spirits.
sheet music?
That's a lot of
Probably
notes.
while they're on the floor. Sheet music.
That's a lot.
Probably while they're on the floor.
Do you make any
Oh,
noise?
whatever it is.
Well, it is the
It's
music
gotta
practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
Papa says she didn't break it. There's gotta be something in here that fucking makes noise besides the piano.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
The crab. And the only other symbol is in here. It was the bird symbol. Do your birds make a particular noise? There's gotta be something in here that makes a
Bird
sound.
diagrams.
They're beautiful. Someone wrote them.
Bird
They're
diagrams.
beautiful. Someone.
Bell.
The little right.
There's nothing written in the book.
There's gotta be something in here that makes sound.
And especially.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
So the birds. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say it's by the lake's edge. Oh, over the... Yeah, okay. We'll go do that really quick, and then I'll end there because I gotta make dinner and get ready for work.
What?
Wind chimes. Silent. Wooden wind chimes.
I'll ring them.
It's just an arch, like walking.
Too late.
What?
Wind chimes. Silent. Wooden wind chimes.
Ah, the birds.
That's all 4 melodies, I think.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
Later. For now... Oh, hold on. I actually wanted to be on this menu. Whoa! I made it full screen by accident. That wasn't what I was trying to do.
I cannot believe how
Okay, how do can I save here? Autosave is on, so it probably already saved. Alright, in that case, we're gonna stop for tonight. Thanks for watching. I feel like we're getting, if not close to the end, then close to something. Because we've got all the evidence we can get. I still have no fucking idea who killed her, but I have a pretty solid grasp on how. It must have been either, I'm thinking it would have either had to have been Poppy or Fitz, based on what we've got so far. It would have been one of the first 2 people to enter the room, and it was while she was unconscious. But it had to have been somebody else hiding up in the attic, though. Because she was already stabbed when they got there, unless they're covering for each other, which is possible because it's those 2. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll catch you tomorrow night for Final Fantasy. Bye-bye.